First of all, I would like to affirm on our behalf that the United States needs to establish a cap and trade system under the American Clean Energy and Security Act. Now, cap and trade provides the means to accomplish sustainable goals. It would allow companies to transition to the needs of the 21st century and phase out their old unsustainable practices in exchange for innovative, environmentally sound practices. Previous examples, such as the very successful Clean Air Act, which the opposers have mentioned, and our side as well, demonstrate that such a system can work and is sufficient in reducing harmful emissions. They have established a solid reference point to how the cap and trade system under the American Clean Energy and Security Act should address greenhouse gas emissions. Although on our affirmative side, we agree that the Clean Air Act, under the regulation of the EPA itself, is not an innovative way to address greenhouse gas emissions. As I mentioned before, even the EPA agrees that our nation should address greenhouse gas emissions through a different system. And the proposed bill will effectively reduce greenhouse gas emissions by significantly cutting most carbon dioxide emissions by the year 2050. And using economic incentives to drive emission reductions appeals to the existing free market system already in place. A U.S. carbon market would generate profits and stimulate innovation. As Sarah previously stated, the Department of Energy predicts that cap and trade will create many new jobs and stimulate green technologies. For example, in 2006, more than 2 million people globally were working in sectors related to renewable energy, according to a UN report. It projects that the number could reach 20 million by the year 2030, and the U.S. firms would maintain a competitive advantage in green technologies. Now, we cannot afford to delay action on climate change any longer. Based on the data that we have presented, I hope that we have conveyed the urgency of the situation before us. The cost of implementing a cap and trade would be far less than the cost of environmental destruction, which according to the EPA is on the horizon in the coming decades. I hope that you all can agree that the climate change warrants immediate action, and the cap and trade under the American Clean Energy and Security Act is the best solution. It combines the benefits of a free market with environmental concerns, and not only effectively targets greenhouse gas emissions, but also rewards innovation, provides opportunities for companies adapting to the needs of the environment to benefit. Cap and trade is a win-win scenario and the most beneficial solution for climate change in our century. Now, we on the affirmative stand in support of the adoption of a national cap and trade policy under the American Clean Energy and Security Act for the aforementioned reasons. Thank you.